Genki desu ka. What's cracking, everybody? Welcome back to Boo TV. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell, stay notified whenever we upload a new video. All right. Brooklyn Nets just beat the Detroit Pistons in Detroit, 124-121. Our boy Yuta Watanabe had a great game. Despite what the box score showed, he played exceptionally well. In 26 minutes of play, Yuta Watanabe scored 3 points on 1 for 4 shooting. 1 for 3 from three-point land. No free throws, 3 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 steal, and 2 blocks for a +2 and the plus minus. Let's check out these highlights. Yuta Watanabe, defender gets by him. Looked like Yuta was laboring just a little bit.
He has it topside.
All right, Yuta Watanabe actually opened for a three-pointer there on the KD drive if he wanted to pass it out to him. Good switch over on the defender. And Yuta Watanabe, look how much more aggressively he goes to box out than the other 3 Nets around him. Ooh. Yuta just got posterized. But at least he jumped. At least he contested it. That's all you would ever want. This play right here. Watch how hard Yuta goes to box out. You know, he got a forearm on his man, trying to keep him away from the basket to try to get the rebound. Also, I see Morris is down there boxing out hard too. But the other 3 Nets there are just kind of lazily, you know, watching. Luckily for them, the offensive players are all on the three-point line. But if Yuta wasn't there boxing his guy out, he had position on all 3 of those other Nets to get the rebound and get the putback. Yuta Watanabe floating over to cover the other guy. Then again, Yuta Watanabe, one of the only people in the paint, actually jumping to contest the shot. Look at this. Nobody's even trying to defend the paint. Watanabe is doing an exceptional job at switching, while the other player did not switch hard when Yuta Watanabe went to cover his man.
Tried to shovel it to Jalen Duren, picked up by Sumner.
Good pass, but they also had Watanabe open for 3. Watanabe has had quite a few open 3-point looks in this game, but he didn't get the ball. But they were able to convert the layups. But
I would have thought the dunk. I would have too.
Dude, again, Yuta Watanabe, he made the shot, but that was an exceptional job switching and covering the man hard. All right, so there's, now see, he thinks he's going to roll hard here after Bogey catches the ball here at the top of the 3-point line. But Yuta quickly recovers. Look at this.
I would have thought the dunk.
Look at this. But then, once he sees Bogey going to make his move, see, the cutter didn't continue to cut hard. He steps back once Bogey goes into motion. Now, Bogey switches direction. Now, Harris is right there. Yuta is almost in the middle. He can swing over, put an arm out, go to the other guy that might flash out to the corner 3, maybe. Or he can cover Bogey hard for the shot because it looks like he's going in a shooting motion. But this is where communication comes in between Yuta Watanabe and Harris. We can't hear what they're saying on the court, or they may be able to communicate without actually talking by knowing their roles on this end of the floor. But we're going to see Yuta commit to the ball handler, and then Harris go back to the guy that may swing out 3 or could possibly cut back into the basket. But Yuta is going to cover the ball handler hard because now he's picking up his dribble, and now he has to make a decision: shoot or pass. And he's going to shoot, and Yuta lunging out at him. Joe Harris looked like he was going to jump too, didn't commit because he knew he could pass last minute to the guy that walked out to the 3-point line. Great contest by Yuta Watanabe. Great read, great switch. Made the shot, but he did exactly what he was supposed to do. Get that thing to Yuta. Again, Yuta at his height, bringing the ball up the floor, making the right pass. Yuta Watanabe, baby. That's what I'm talking about. Yuta Watanabe back in the fourth quarter, 9 minutes left. Look at him boxing out and fighting, the big man. Yuta always, tries to put a body on somebody. Doesn't matter how big they are. Great extra pass by Yuta. Great extra pass. Again, look at the box out by Yuta. Again, Yuta boxing out hard.
Simmons to the lane. Gives it up, gets it back, clock at 10, doesn't want to shoot it. In the corner to Watanabe.
Baseline, Yuta Watanabe, baby. Clutch bucket by Yuta. Great job putting the ball on the floor, getting it to Kevin Durant for the pull-up. Bang. Kare wa subarashii chimu meto desu. Yuta Watanabe. Now people look in the box score. And say, 3 points, 1 for 4 from the field goal range. Hit his 1 3-pointer, had a few assists, had a few steals, block, rebounds. Nothing really glares out at you when you look at the box score. But you can see all the things Yuta Watanabe does. And I say it again. I say this, and I say this, and I say this. But you have to know these things. How he impacts the game in so many different ways. How many times did we see Yuta Watanabe being the only active person in the post on the defensive end trying to box out the offensive player from getting the offensive rebound and keeping the possession alive? How many times have we seen other nets being lazy as if they're going to get some magical rebound, just always going to bounce their way, and there's not going to be another player out there fighting to get the possession of that ball? Yuta Watanabe is constantly in there, putting a body on somebody, putting a forearm on somebody, fighting for position, getting low, using his feet, planting his feet into the ground, low position, buttocks out, back, keeping the other player away from the basket, keeping them as far as you can so that you are in position to secure the rebound. Yuta Watanabe is constantly that guy. When he sees that shot goes up, he sinks to the basket. He sinks the basket because he has to get that rebound for his team. And like I said, he knows what he does well, and he's there to be the piece that the Brooklyn Nets need him to be. But how many other times did we see Yuta ready to catch the pass on the three-point line? Usually after a Kevin Durant or Kyrie Irving penetration. Because when KD and Kyrie penetrate, the defensive players are going to collapse more than anybody else driving to the basket, because of the amount of tension they bring, the amazing finishers that they are. So there were quite a few times Yuta Watanabe had an open three-point attempt ready. Right? I'm ready for the ball. KD and Kyrie, you guys are great finishers. Yeah, you guys are probably going to be able to finish over the defense, get the good layup. But if you need me, I'm here, ready for the three-point bomb. Feet ready, baseline, or wherever he is, hanging out on a three-point line. You can watch it. A lot of times he'll pass it and sprint right to the three-point line. Or set the screen. If he's setting a screen, out to the three-point line. Sees the ball go up, I got to go get this rebound. Makes the great extra passes. Very crisp in his movements. Decisive in his movements. Whatever it may be. Positioning, passing, shooting, putting the ball on the floor, bringing it up court. And time again, we see Yuta Watanabe make great baskets, clutch baskets, late in the fourth quarter when Brooklyn desperately needs a shot, desperately needs points. they know that they can rely on Yuta Watanabe to provide that. So, absolutely. You look at the box score, might not scream to a lot of people, but you watch what he actually does, and you're like, this guy is the ultimate teammate. He is a great teammate. And this is a guy I want on my team because of all the other things. Especially when I see other Brooklyn Net players not giving forth that same kind of energy and effort that Yuta does in these other areas of the game. We absolutely need this guy to be doing this. I can't imagine how many other second chance possessions these teams will get if Yuta Watanabe wasn't out there boxing people out. Even if Yuta doesn't get the rebound, get this, think about this. Even if Yuta Watanabe doesn't get the rebound and he's boxing this guy out, he's allowing another teammate to get the rebound. Think about that too. Great game by Yuta Watanabe. Excellent job. Love to see it. And if you guys are enjoying this Yuta Watanabe episode, make sure you go check out our Yuta Watanabe playlist. Plenty of videos on Yuta Watanabe. Go check them out. Appreciate you. Thank you for watching. Thank you for stepping in. Like, comment, subscribe. Hit the bell. Mite kureti arigato. And I'll catch you on the next one. We out, baby.